The insects feeding on you tonight are already inside your bed. The bugs biting you every night are not coming from outside. Right now, they're living inside your mattress seams, inside your walls, and inside your bedroom furniture, waiting for you to fall asleep. I'm going to show you exactly how to eliminate every single one permanently. Do not skip any part of this because the one thing most people miss is the exact reason they end up fighting this for months without ever actually winning. Why do bedbugs break rules that every other pest follows? Bedbugs operate differently than almost every other pest problem a homeowner will ever face, and understanding why is the difference between treating this once correctly and treating it repeatedly without resolution. They are almost entirely nocturnal. They feed exclusively during your deepest sleep phases when your body temperature is highest and your carbon dioxide output is most consistent. During daylight hours, they retreat into harborage sites so physically tight and dark that a thorough visual inspection of even a heavily infested room will miss the majority of the population completely. They survive without feeding for an extraordinary length of time. A well-fed adult bedbug under cool conditions can survive well over 12 months without a blood meal. This eliminates the approach some desperate homeowners attempt, vacating the property for weeks, hoping the infestation starves out. It will not. They will be exactly where you left them when you return. They spread through completely ordinary behavior. A single bag set on a hotel room floor, a piece of used furniture brought home, a visitor's coat left on your bed. Any of these can introduce bed bugs into a clean home with no warning and no obvious source. This matters because a lot of people waste time trying to identify how the infestation started when that energy belongs entirely on elimination. And then there is the biology point that I am going to hold as an open loop for just a few minutes longer, because it is the specific characteristic that explains why most treatments feel like they worked and then stop working. And once you understand it, you will never approach this problem the same way again. Where they are actually living right now. The first mistake almost everyone makes when they discover bed bugs is focusing entirely on the mattress. They strip the bedding, find evidence along the seams, and conclude the mattress is the source, so they throw it away and buy a new one. 2 weeks later, same room, same bites, new mattress. The mattress is never the source. It is a feeding platform, the closest flat surface to you during the hours you are stationary. The actual harborage, where bugs spend 90% of their time between feedings, digesting, molting, mating, and laying eggs, is distributed across multiple tight, dark locations within 5 to 8 feet of where you sleep. The screw holes in your bed frame, the hollow gap behind your headboard where it contacts the wall, inside your electrical outlets, and behind switch plate covers, the gap between your baseboard and the floor on every wall in the room, the underside of your nightstand, the corrugated inner layer of your box spring beneath the fabric cover, the seams of any upholstered chair or couch kept in the bedroom. All of these are active harborage sites simultaneously. The colony is not in one place. It is distributed across a network, which is exactly why removing the mattress accomplishes nothing. Every other harborage site in the room remains completely untouched and fully operational when you carry the mattress out the door. The biology point that explains everything. Here's what I said I would come back to. The specific characteristic that defeats most treatments regardless of the product used. Bedbugs develop through 5 nymph stages before reaching reproductive adulthood. Each stage requires a blood meal before the bug can molt and advance. But bedbug eggs and early-stage nymphs have dramatically higher resistance to the chemical insecticide compounds available to homeowners than adult bugs do. The eggshell physically blocks chemical penetration. Early-stage nymphs process certain insecticide compounds at a rate that reduces lethality before a lethal dose accumulates, and both eggs and early nymphs occupy the very deepest and tightest crack spaces in harborage sites, locations physically inaccessible to spray particles regardless of application pressure or product quality. A single treatment application kills the adults and mid to late stage nymphs. The eggs and first stage nymphs survive. Within 14 to 18 days, a new adult generation has emerged from those survivors. The infestation appears to have returned from nothing. It did not return. It never fully left. This 14 to 18 day egg to adult window is the timeline that every successful bedbug elimination protocol is built around. It is the reason a second-time treatment application is not optional. It is structural. So, let's discuss the preparation work that determines everything else. Before any product is applied, your preparation physically determines the ceiling of your results. Professionals who achieve complete elimination in fewer treatment cycles do so because of what they do before the first product goes down. Wash every piece of fabric from the bedroom, sheets, pillowcases, curtains, clothing from open storage, everything, in the hottest water the material can tolerate. Transfer directly from the washer to the dryer on the highest heat setting for 30 minutes minimum. Sustained heat above 118 degrees Fahrenheit kills every bedbug life stage, including eggs without exception. Heat is the one absolute in this process. Vacuum every surface slowly and deliberately. Every seam and tuft and piping edge of your mattress and box spring. The baseboard gap along every wall in the room. Every crack in the bed frame. The underside of every piece of furniture. Seal the vacuum bag or canister contents immediately in a sealed plastic bag and remove it from the home before you do anything else. Fully disassemble your bed frame if the design allows and inspect every joint, every screw hole, every hollow section with a flashlight before treatment. Bed frame joints and hollow rails are primary harborage sites in the majority of bed bug cases, and they are the most consistently skipped location in every DIY treatment attempt. Bag and remove from the room anything that does not need to be there during treatment. Clutter reduces your ability to treat harborage sites thoroughly and gives the population more undisturbed shelter. Now I'm going to share the 3-layer treatment system. You need 3 distinct layers working simultaneously. Each one addresses harborage and life stages that others cannot reach, and removing any single layer weakens the entire approach. Layer 1 is a contact and residual insecticide applied strictly as a crack and crevice treatment. Products containing pyrethroids with pyperonyl butoxide as a synergist are the appropriate chemistry for this application. Do not broadcast spray open surfaces. Apply directly into every crack, seam, void, and gap. Mattress seams, all bed frame joints, and screw holes. The baseboard gap on every wall. Behind and inside electrical outlet and switch plate covers. The underside and back of every nightstand and piece of bedroom furniture. Every surface the bugs contact when traveling between harborage sites and the bed. Layer 2 is food grade. Diatomaceous, earth applied as a fine settled dust inside wall voids through outlet openings, along the inner face of baseboard gaps, and under heavy furniture that cannot be regularly moved. Diatomaceous earth is mechanically lethal. Microscopic sharp particles physically breach the bug's exoskeleton, causing lethal dehydration over hours to days. It carries 0 chemical toxicity and is safe around pets and children once settled. Unlike chemical residuals that lose potency over weeks, diatomaceous earth remains mechanically active indefinitely in dry conditions. It is your permanent passive kill layer reaching every space your spray cannot physically penetrate. Layer 3 is mattress and box spring encasements, not generic mattress protectors, purpose-built bed bug encasements with verified zipper guards that physically prevent bugs from passing through the zipper teeth. Any bugs surviving inside the mattress or box spring are now sealed in with no exit to feed. Without feeding, they cannot molt, cannot reproduce, and cannot survive. Leave encasements on for a minimum of 1 full year. That duration accounts for the maximum documented survival capacity of a starving bed bug and confirms complete elimination of any sealed population. The second application that closed the cycle permanently. 14 to 18 days after your first application, not before, not after, apply a full second crack and crevice treatment to every location you treated the first time. This timing is calibrated specifically to catch the generation that was in egg form during your first application and has now emerged into mobile nymphs that are actively feeding and fully vulnerable to your chemical treatment before they reach reproductive maturity. Miss this application and the surviving generation matures into reproducing adults within weeks. Hit this window and you permanently close the reproductive cycle. Place bedbug interceptor traps under all 4 legs of your bed frame after your first treatment and leave them in place for 60 days following the second application. Any bug attempting to travel between harborage sites and the bed falls into the trap and cannot exit. Activity in the interceptors tells you where follow-up is needed. No activity across 60 days after your second treatment is your confirmation. Before you go, thank you for watching and God bless.